like Mubarak in his last speech, pretty much out of touch, I think, with what's really happening.
Right, and we've also been hearing these reports of the mercenaries being flown into Libya to take up the fight on behalf of the Gaddafi regime, the Gaddafi government. Does that surprise you? Is that the sort of normal form for Gaddafi?
I wouldn't say it's a normal form, but as early as 1979, he formed a pan-Islamic force. In 1986, he formed a pan-Arab force. Shadowy kinds of military units that no one really knows where and how effective they are. A few years ago, he surfaced a proposal to form yet another mercenary force out of people from the Sahel and the Sahara. Tried to sell that to the United States as a way to get people who are unemployed to stop trafficking in drugs and so forth, because he would employ them. Of course, no one was very interested at the time in another Gaddafi mercenary force in the region. But he's dabbled in that sort of thing in the past. I think what's significant is not that it exists, but the fact that he deployed it in Benghazi early on in this uprising, because it symbolizes, I think, his concern that his own army, his own military, may not be as loyal as he would have hoped they would be.
All right, critical times. Ronald, Bruce and Jean, we appreciate that. Thanks very much indeed. Interesting perspective there. Okay, that's it from us in Washington for the time being. Let's go back to Doha.
Nick, thank you very much. Well, let's just run you through some of the latest developments out of Libya. I will die as a martyr. Well, those are the words of Muammar Gaddafi in a speech that lasted 75 minutes. He told the nation that he is not going anywhere. This as foreigners are being evacuated from the country. Turkey has sent 2 rescue ships. The Netherlands and Italy are also among the countries getting their nationals out of the country. And the Libyan naval vessel is in waters near Malta. Reports indicate it may have deserted the Navy. On the international front, the United Nations Security Council is discussing the crisis, as is the Arab League. And the United Nations Human Rights Chief has called for an inquiry into the attacks on protesters, saying they could amount to crimes against humanity. Rida is in Tripoli and can talk to us via Skype and give us an account of what's happening inside the capital. Rida, tell me what you've seen today.
It is completely quiet inside the city. A lot of militias are occupying the streets in the city, especially in downtown area around the Green Square and AlJazeera camp. All locals are out of the city, and they are trying to hide because of expectation for a slaughter. Big slaughter is going to be tonight or maximum for tomorrow night. This is what the Gaddafi promised us, and we are hungry, and at the same time we have stronger attitude to kick him out, and this speech made us more stubborn.
Well, you heard his speech tonight. You heard Muammar Gaddafi's speech tonight.
Yeah,
what did you take away from it?
We have seen a dead man who's trying to say that, hey, I'm still alive, and we know that he's going out, but
according to him, he's not, and he will stay in Libya.
I don't think so. He is not that brave. He's just hiding behind this fake scene.
Okay, well, just a short while ago, we also heard a spokesperson from the government come out and talk about some of the concessions that the government will introduce. Does this make any difference at all to people in Libya?
Nothing. Everybody here has the same attitude. We are together. We believe that we're going to be the winner at the end. It's a time matter.
But are people afraid of what may happen? Gaddafi has threatened to use force.
Yes, he threatened by using force. He has thousands of mercenaries are in camps everywhere in the city, and we expect to see bad days next Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, there's only one thing I want to add is about a friend of mine who had been injured in the Green Square within the protests. This guy is a witness about hiding victims, hiding dead bodies, and hiding injured people are in hospital by the pro regime and supporters of Gaddafi. They are now in a known area, in a known place, and nobody knows about them. This is the way that he could hide his crime and the slaughter in Tajura, Fashloom, and in the Green Square by his snipers over the buildings who were waiting for us to kill the people, innocent people.
Tell us a little bit about the humanitarian situation, because it's difficult to get first-hand accounts out of Libya. Are there many dead and injured?
Yes, the point that using anti-craft against the civilians, cars, vehicles, walkers, anyone suspicious who wouldn't stop during the walk, he's gonna be a target for this anti-craft or even firing him. It's really hard and dangerous to walk around the city. We do that in the morning, and we're trying to protest at the night. The situation here is terrible because a lot of missing people that they couldn't recognize them. Where's the place? So I think there's a hidden slaughter, and we wish that will end up sooner.
All right, Rida, thank you very much for talking to us from Tripoli.
Thank you.
Well, here are some of the key points that were made by the Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. Now, he said that his country's image is being distorted, and he made it clear that he isn't going to leave Libya, vowing to die there as a martyr. That's what he said. The colonel was adamant that he, as the leader of a revolution, has no intention of standing down. And Gaddafi blamed the unrest on drugged young people, accusing them of copying other events. He also accused the protesters of trying to turn Libya into an Islamic state and described them as rats and mercenaries who deserve the death penalty. Here's Al Jazeera's Lawrence Lee with more on that.
I salute you as you show the world the true image of the entire Libyan people who is supporting the revolution. You in the Green Square are showing the truth that the agents and traitorous media are trying to hide and distort. Whereas you here in the Green Square wants Libya to reach the peak of the world and wants glory. Muammar al-Gaddafi doesn't have a post, so he gets upset and resigns, like some presidents did. Muammar al-Gaddafi is not a president. He's a leader of a revolution. And revolution means